Hello everyone. So till the previous class we have discussed about the Nyquist plot and we have also discussed about the problem related to the Nyquist plot. Okay. So today we are going to discuss about the Bode plot. Okay. So these are the today's class outline. First topic is basics of Bode plot. Then second point is the procedure to plot Bode plot. Then parameters of Bode plot, which are gain margin, phase margin, gain crossover frequency, phase crossover frequency. These are the parameters of Bode plot. Now, fourth point is that stability by Bode plot, and the fifth point is that advantages of Bode plot. So these are the topics or outline of today's class. Okay. Now, first we are discussing about the basics of Bode plot. Okay, so we are considering a system okay we are considering a system that is the input. This block represents the system, then output. Now we are considering as y of in, that is the input, is equal to a sine of omega t. Okay, so with respect to this input, the output of the system will be y out is equal to a sine omega t plus phi. Okay, so a sine omega t is the input and output is the a sine omega t plus phi. Simply, Bode plot is nothing but the two separate plots of magnitude and the phase angle. Okay, so with respect to the frequency, so here a represent the magnitude and phi represent the phase angle. Okay, so in Bode plot we are plotting magnitude and phase angle separately by varying the value of frequency or omega. Okay, now so Bode plot is a frequency domain analysis or technique in which magnitude and phase are drawn. So Bode plot is a frequency domain analysis, okay, in which magnitude and phase angle are drawn. Okay, so this is the Bode plot in which, or it's simply we can say that it's a frequency domain analysis in which we plot magnitude and phase angle, or we draw the magnitude and phase angle. Okay, so Bode plot is two different graphs, of magnitude g of j omega by varying omega and phase angle of g of j omega, this will also by varying omega. Okay, now this Bode plot is only applicable to the MPTF, okay, or minimum phase transfer function. Third point is Bode plot is applicable to only minimum phase transfer function or MPTF, MI minimum phase transfer function. Now, what do we mean by the minimum phase transfer function? Simply we can say that the minimum phase transfer function is nothing but all the root of the function is lies within the right half of S plane. Okay, so minimum phase transfer function, all the roots of the system lies within the right half of S plane. Okay. Now, with respect to this, we are drawing the imaginary S plane. So, this axis is real and this one is the imaginary axis. So, the right half of this plane, that means all the roots of the system should lies within this region. Okay, and this one is the left half. So, Bode plot is only applicable to the system which are projected or present in the left half of S plane, right half of S plane. Okay, where the frequency is always greater than 0, it can't be equal to 0, and it is always greater than 0, and the value of frequency is always positive. So, this is the basics of Bode plot. Okay, now the second point, that is the properties or procedure to draw the Bode plot. So, procedure to draw Bode plot. Like with the previous frequency domain analysis, like the root locus, Nyquist plot, we have in some steps. So similarly, in case of Bode plot, we are also following through some step for plotting the Bode plot of any system. So step 1. Step 1 is write transfer function in standard form. That is the step 1. Write transfer function in standard form. Standard form. Now, what is the standard form? If we are considering that a system is given, or the transfer function of a system is given as g of s is equal to s plus a into s plus b divided by s plus p into s plus q. This is the transfer function given. Now, what will be the standard form of this transfer function? So, simply this transfer function can be simplified likewise a into b. We are taking common from the numerator a and ab, and from the denominator we are taking common as p into q. So, this expression becomes 1 plus s by a into 1 plus s by b Similarly, in denominator 1 plus s by p into 1 plus s by q. Okay, and this constant we are considering a dot b by p dot q as k. So this expression becomes k into 1 plus s by a into 1 plus s by b divided by 1 plus s by p into 1 plus s by q. Okay, so this is the standard form of transfer function. Okay, now for Bode plot we have to consider the slope of first line. Okay, and this system we can clearly understand that it's a type 0 system because no poles at origin, so type 0 system. Now the parameter that is known as the slope. Okay, so slope of first line. Slope of first line will be different for type 0 system, type 1 system, type 2, type 3, type that. So for type 0 system, the slope of first line is slope of first line is 0 dB per decade. Okay. Similarly, for type 1 system, slope of first line is minus 20 dB per decade. Minus 20 dB per decade. Okay. So the slope of first line and for type 0 system and type 1 system slope is minus 20 dB per decade. This thing will be more clear when we are going to face the numerical problem related to the Bode plots. Okay, and Bode plot is plotted on semi-log graph paper. Okay, so these are the two things related to the slope of first line. Now the second step 2. Second step is step 2. Identify gain and slope of first line. This is the second step. Identify the gain and slope of first line. This is the second step. Okay, so slope of first line, how we can determine the slope of first line and how we can determine the gain. So slope of first line can be determined by the number of roots present in the origin. So simply note down slope of first line can easily determined by the number of roots at origin. By the number of roots at origin. Okay. Now magnitude of gain, how we can define or determine the gain. So if we are considering the standard transfer function, there is a k. So gain of transfer function can be defined by the value of k or based on k. So based on k, the value of gain can be determined at omega is equal to 1 radian per second. Okay, so based on k or based on the value of k, the value of gain can be determined at omega is equal to 1 radian per second. So simply if we write the expression of gain, so gain is equal to 20 log k, where or at omega is equal to 1 radian per second. Omega is equal to 1 radian per second. Okay, so this is the second step. Identify the gain and slope of first line. Slope of first line can easily be determined by the number of roots at origin, and gain can be determined on the based on k at omega is equal to 1 radian per second. Okay, now the third step. So step 3 or third step is that arrange all frequency in ascending order and define slope to each line. Step 3 is arrange frequency in ascending order. Arrange its frequencies CI. Arrange frequencies in ascending order and define slope to each line. And define slope to each line. So before the arrangement of the frequency, we need to know the how many frequencies are there. Okay. So if we know the value of frequency, then only we can arrange them in ascending order. So we are considering the standard transfer function. From the standard transfer function, standard transfer function, we have four frequencies. Okay. So what are the four frequencies? These are A, B, P and Q. Okay. Now we are considering that the value of Q is greater than P and the value of P is greater than P and value of P is greater than A. So we are considering value of Q is greater than P, value of P is greater than B and value of B is greater than A. So if we are arranging this frequency in ascending order, so omega is equal to A, omega is equal to B, omega is equal to P, and the last one at that omega is equal to Q. These are the four frequencies. Now we also know that at that particular frequency there may be pole or zero. We know that things. Okay. So at omega is equal to A, there is 0, and at omega is equal to P, there is 0 also. But omega is equal to P, there is pole. Similarly, omega is equal to Q, there is pole. Okay. So these are the frequencies. Now we have to determine or define the define the slope of each line. One more thing, we have already considered that first line slope, or we have determined that the slope of the first line is 0 degree. Okay, so here we should mention this thing, that slope of first line is 0 dB per decade. So we are assuming or considering this thing. It may be the slope of first line always is 0, not possible. Sometimes it depending upon the problem. Okay, or as slope of first line, the previous step we have discussed that the slope of first line is depending upon the roots present in the origin. So here these are the type 0 system, the standard transfer function. So there is no pole at the origin, or simply we can say that there is no roots at origin. So that is why we are considering the slope of first line as 0 degree. Okay, so with respect to the first line, all the other slope will be defined or determined. Okay, and these frequencies are known as the corner frequencies. Corner frequencies. What it means? Corner frequency, that means at that particular frequency the slope changes. Okay, at that particular frequency slope changes. Okay, and one more thing is important over there, the slope, the positive and negative slope. Okay, the negative slope should be represented like this. This is the negative slope. Okay, and positive slope should be represented like this. This is the positive slope. Okay, now we have already arranging the arrangement of frequencies is done. Now we have to define the slope of each line. Okay, so this is for 0 or at omega equal to a at frequency a. So here the slope of the line is 20 or plus 20 dB per decade, plus 20 dB per decade. Okay. Similarly, at omega is equal to b, there is also 0. So for this thing, plus 20. Okay, and this 20 will also added to this. So 20 plus 20, that is equal to plus 40 dB per decade. Okay. Now similarly for omega is equal to at P, one pole is there. So for this, for a pole, the slope will be minus 20 and this 40 will be added over here. So plus 40, that is equal to minus 20 dB per decade. Okay. So minus 20 dB per decade. Now similarly for omega is equal to Q, there is also pole. So slope of that pole minus 20 and this 20 will also added. So minus 20 that will make minus 20 that will make minus 40 dB per decade. Okay. So we have, with respect to the standard transfer function, we have arranged the frequencies and also defined or determined the slope related to that particular frequency. This is your third step. Now the fourth step is write down the equation for phase plot and make a table for make a table of omega and phi. Okay. So this is third step completed. Now going to the fourth step. Okay. So fourth step is write the equation. Write the equation for phase plot and make a table of omega and phi. This is your fourth step. Okay. So what will be the expression or equation of the phase angle? So this is represent the phase phi. So for 0, okay, one more thing here you need to remember that for 0, the phase angle will be positive for 0 and negative for poles. Okay, so tan inverse d by a, we know the expression for determining the phase angle. So phi is equal to, first thing 0 plus tan inverse omega by a plus tan inverse omega by b. These are the two poles, sorry, zeros. Now for poles, that is minus tan inverse omega by p minus tan inverse of omega by q. So this is the expression of the phase angle. Okay. So as we define the expression of phase angle, now we need to make a table of omega and phi, because at different value of omega we need to calculate the different phase angle. Okay. So as earlier I have told that the border plot is plotted on semi-log graph paper, and the mapping of semi-log graph paper is likewise 1, 10, 100, then 1000, likewise this. So we are considering value of omega in this manner, so we can easily plot the graph on, or the phase plot on the semi-log paper. So we are considering here omega and here phase angle. So the values should be considered as 0.1, 1, 10, 100. Okay. So these are the values of omega. With respect to different phase angles, we need to different values of omega, we need to calculate the value of different phase angle. Okay. So this is your fourth step. Now the next thing, this is fourth step, and that's all for procedure to draw the Bode plot. Now the next thing is parameters of Bode plot, or parameters in Bode plot. Okay. So we know that 4 parameters are very, very important for Bode plot while we are going to make any comment related to the stability of a system. So this is your point key for today's outline, that parameters in Bode plot. P-A-R-A-M-E, parameters of Bode plot. This is your third point for today's outline. So for calculating, we know the what are the parameters in the related to the Bode plot. These are the gain margin, phase margin, gain crossover frequency, phase crossover frequency. So to understand the parameters, we need to draw a Bode plot. Here I am considering a random Bode plot for understanding of this parameter related to the Bode plot. Okay. So I am drawing a Bode plot, a random Bode plot. So Now, as I earlier told that the Bode plot is two separate plot of magnitude and phase angle with respect to omega. Okay. So consider this is the magnitude Q in dB. Okay. Here 0. This is minus 180 degree phase angle. Okay. Now the Bode plot we are drawing that we are considering the standard transfer function which are written in the first point. So the first line is 0 dB. So we are considering the first line as 0 dB line. Okay. So this is the magnitude plot. Okay. Now we have plotted the magnitude plot. Now we have to plot the phase plot. So phase plot should be like this. Okay. Now this is 0 dB per decade first line. Okay. And this slope is minus 20 dB slope dB per decade. Okay. Now this is one point, this is the another point. Okay. So the dotted line we are drawing. Okay. The dotted line we have drawn from this thing or this here also. Okay. Now I am marking the parameter in this plot or in this Bode plot. So what are the first 4 parameters are there? Gain margin, phase margin, gain crossover frequency and phase crossover frequency. So from this is the gain plot and this is the crossover point. So if we are considering omega is equal to 10 here, this is W, sorry, that is W G of C, gain crossover frequency. Similarly, this is or this point is W of PC, phase crossover frequency, because at that particular point the gain crosses and at that particular point where the frequency is WPC, the phase plot is crosses the minus 180 degree line. Okay. Now with respect to this we can also define the gain margin and phase margin. Okay, I am just right now I am marking the gain margin and phase margin, and afterward I will discuss what is gain margin, what is these two frequencies, and also the phase margin. So this is gain margin. Okay, and similarly this is phase margin. Okay, so we got we got concept of all the parameters: gain margin, gain crossover frequency, phase margin, and phase crossover frequency over the within this Bode plot. Right now what is gain crossover frequency, phase crossover frequency, gain margin and phase margin. So simply from this point we can clearly understand that the frequency at which the gain crosses the 0 dB reference line, the frequency at which the gain crosses the 0 dB reference line is known as gain crossover frequency. This is the definition of this thing. Clear? I am repeating one more time. The frequency at which the gain crosses the 0 dB reference line is known as gain crossover frequency. Similarly, the phase plot crosses the frequency at which the phase plot crosses the minus 180 degree line is known as phase crossover frequency, and it is denoted by W of PC. Okay, so these two things are clear. The two frequencies are clear. Now what is gain margin and what is phase margin? Okay, so the gain margin is look at the diagram, at phase crossover frequency. At phase crossover frequency, the gain having some magnitude with respect to the 0 dB reference line, this is known as gain margin. Okay, if not clear, then I am repeating this thing once more time. At gain crossover frequency or at WPC, the gain having some magnitude with respect to the 0 dB reference line, this is known as gain margin. Clear? Now the phase margin. Similarly, at gain crossover frequency, the difference of phase angle with respect to the minus 180 degree line is known as phase margin. I am repeating this thing once more time also. At gain crossover frequency, the phase angle having some difference related to the minus 180 degree line, this phase difference or this amount of phase difference is known as the phase margin. Okay, so I am writing all the definitions. So first I am writing the gain crossover frequency or W of gain crossover frequency or W of PC. WPC, sorry, that is gain crossover, W of GC, gain crossover frequency. Okay, the frequency, the definition of this thing is the frequency at which the frequency at which gain crosses the 0 dB reference line. Reference line is known as gain crossover frequency and denoted by W of GC. Okay, now phase crossover frequency, this is denoted by W of omega of PC. So similarly, the frequency at which the phase plot crosses the minus 180 degree reference line, the frequency at which the phase plot crosses the minus 180 degree reference line is known as phase crossover frequency. Phase crossover frequency, and it is denoted by omega of Pc. Okay. Now the gain margin. What is gain margin? At omega is equal to Pc, or at omega Pc, that means the phase crossover frequency, the gain having some magnitude respect to the 0 degree reference line is known as gain margin. Clear? Now one more thing is remaining, that is the phase margin. Phase margin, that is denoted by omega Pc. Oh, sorry. Phase margin. Got it? Now, what is phase margin? So, in case of gain margin, we are considering that omega Pc. From the diagram, you can clearly understand that at phase crossover frequency, gain having some magnitude, that is known as the gain margin. Similarly, at gain crossover frequency, the phase angle having some difference with respect to the minus 180 degree line. So, at omega Gc or gain crossover frequency, the phase angle having some difference with respect to minus 180 degree line, this is known as phase margin. Okay, so this is your third point for today's outline, for today's class outline. Now the fourth point. Fourth point is stability by Bode-Prot. Fourth point is stability by Bode-Prot. Okay, stability by Bode-Prot. How we can make any comment related to the stability of a system using Bode-Prot. Okay, so as earlier I told that the four parameters of Bode-Prot are very, very important for making any comment related to the stability of a system. Okay, so now how the stability of the system depending upon these parameters. Okay, so first thing, there are three cases. In case if we are considering the stability of a system, there are three possible cases will be there. Okay, first thing, either the system may be stable or the system may be unstable, or the third point is that the system is marginally stable. That means verge of stability. That means at the end of stability point. Further variation of any parameter will make the system will unstable. That is the meaning of the marginal stability. Okay, so first point, if omega PC is less than omega GC, that means the phase crossover frequency is less than gain crossover frequency, or in other words we can say that the gain crossover frequency of the system will or is greater than phase crossover frequency. So this thing may be happened. So at that instant we can make a comment related to stability that the system is a stable system. Stable system. Second point, if omega PC is greater than omega of GC, that means the sorry I have read the same thing, no slightly change. Okay, so if no, I had made a mistake. Sorry. So related to stability, that if gain crossover frequency is less than omega PC, the phase crossover frequency always less stable system. For a stable system, it will be less stable system. Okay, gain crossover frequency is less than phase crossover frequency. Okay, so we can make a comment that it's a stable system. Second point is, if omega GC is greater than WPC or omega PC, that means the gain crossover frequency is greater than phase crossover frequency. At that instant, unstable. So we have drawn a random Bode plot for understanding the parameters related to the Bode plot. Okay. So for understanding the parameter related to the Bode plot, so the plot from that plot we can make a comment that we also can make a comment about the stability of the system. Okay. So in this figure we have seen that the gain crossover frequency was larger as compared to the phase crossover frequency. Okay, so which we have drawn, or which we have drawn in randomly, that is a unstable system. Okay, that Bode plot was unstable system. And third condition may be there, if omega GC, that is the gain crossover frequency, is equal to phase crossover frequency, then we can make a comment about this, that is the marginal stable system. So these are the points related to the stability, or which we can make any comment related to the stability. Okay, if gain crossover frequency is less than phase crossover frequency, we can simply say that the system is stable. If gain crossover frequency is larger than the phase crossover frequency, the system is unstable system. If gain crossover frequency is equal to the phase crossover frequency, then this is the marginal stable system. Okay, so this is your fourth point for today's outline. Now the last point, advantages of Bode plot, or fifth point. Okay, advantages of Bode plot, that is the last point for today's class. Advantages of Bode plot. So several advantages are there, but here we are going to consider some important advantages of Bode plot. First thing is that both type of frequency can be analyzed by this Bode plot. That means low frequency and high frequency characteristics of any system can be analyzed by Bode plot. So this is one first advantage of the Bode plot. Both low and high frequency characteristics can be understand by Bode plot. So this is one advantage. Second advantage is that the gain margin and phase margin can be obtained by minimum computation. So this is the second advantage. Gain margin and phase margin can be obtained by minimum computation. Okay, so this is the second advantage. Now the third advantage is that it also can indicate the relative stability of the system. It also can indicate the relative stability of the system. So that's all for today. So these are the advantages of Bode plot. First point is that for both low and high frequency characteristics can be obtained by Bode plot or can be understood by Bode plot. Second point is that the gain margin and phase margin can easily be defined by minimum computation. Third point is that it also can make a comment about the relative stability of the system. So that's all for today. Thank you all. In next class, we are going to discuss about some numerical problem related to the Bode plots. Okay. Thank you.